Hello everyone, it's Nina and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to kind of update a video I did last year talking about bookish gift ideas. So I did this video last year kind of talking about different bookish gift ideas, and I wanted to revisit this list for this year as well. I did somewhat expand this list to not just be bookish things, but also just kind of like general cozy lifestyle stuff, since there is like a pretty big overlap, it seems, in like the general cozy hobbyist and book lovers, at least from what I see on social media. So with that intro out of the way, let's get right into the video. So the first kind of general topic I wanted to talk about is bookish merch. So this is stuff that is very much themed around liking books or liking specific books. The first kind of general tip I have is to use either Pango or Depop or Mercari to look for book merch. And these are sites I specifically look for like secondhand items that were previously featured in book boxes. So you want to search for basically the titles of those book boxes like Illumicrate, Fairy Loot, Owl Crate, etc. As these are book boxes that also do themed merch alongside special edition books. And I feel like a lot of people will often resell the merch of fandoms that they aren't a part of. So if you like a book that is like relatively popular online, chances are they will have merch made for them in a box like this. My other general tip is that Etsy is your best friend. The only problem I've recently found with Etsy, and many other places like Redbubble or Society6 would also have this problem, but there's a lot of like counterfeit and stolen designs, as well as a lot of AI generated art. So I feel like it's important to really take your time, look at the art, maybe look at the person that's selling its other social media to kind of like verify they are the real artist and not like someone who has just like stolen the design before you end up buying anything. I think it's always important to support small artists and small businesses and give them your money over a big company like any day of the week. I did want to mention two shops that I have bought from. The first one is Sairi or Sairi. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but they actually did the like mushroom bookish sweater that I'm wearing right now. And they've also done a lot of merch for Illumicrate and Owl Crate, I'm pretty sure. Another place I bought from on Etsy is A Touch of Magic Designs. I think they work with like a bunch of different artists for bookish fan art, and they do a lot of different stuff and a lot of different fandoms. In terms of like specific types of bookish merch that you can find on a place like Etsy, one option would be page overlays. If you know your friend or family member's favorite book series, this is a great thing to look for. Another option is like custom dust jackets. There are so many pretty custom dust jackets on Etsy. Another one is bookmarks, kind of a given, but there's like obviously so many different styles. I'll definitely put up a couple different versions of ones that I have liked on the screen. I like the paper ones that you can kind of like write in the book titles and kind of like build your own like mini library. But I also think there's a lot of like beautiful, very unique ones, like these like ribbon bookmarks or chain bookmarks. I think they're very different and very, very pretty. Another option for Etsy is to get a custom book embosser or book stamp. This is another cute thing that if you know your friend or family member likes keeping a very big personal library, or that they loan their books out to a lot of different people, this is kind of a good way to ensure that they'll get those books back. And the last option is pretty much like everything that you can get like custom printed, so things like mugs, shirts, and tote bags. I think all of these are really good options, but they're definitely something that you would have to do a little bit more research in to ensure that the merch is coming from the actual artist. I will shout out one of our friends' Etsy stores, which is College Book Core. She does all of her own designs, and I own one of her sweatshirts that I got for Christmas actually last year. Okay, now let's move on to kind of like the general category of cozy finds. So some of these are kind of like reading adjacent, and that there are things you can kind of use to like up the ambiance when you're reading. But some of these are also just kind of like tangential, cozy hobby related things as well. The first one is obviously to get a candle. There are obviously so many different candle brands out there, but there's also a lot of unique ones on Etsy that are like specifically bookish, or you can get like a classic like old books or like old library scented candle. However, my favorite candle scent ever is the Rosewater Sorbet from Target. It's sweet, but also like a little classy. Kind of smells like a fancy lady perfume if you get the vibes I'm putting down. Another good option for gifts is cozy blankets. I definitely mentioned before, but the $10 ones you can get from Target low-key slap. And obviously since they're $10, they're very affordable. Another blanket I specifically wanted to mention is this one from Amazon. I don't really use this as a snuggling blanket. I use it as my like designated picnic blanket. I really like it, and it's big enough for like 3 people to sit on it comfortably and vibe. Another kind of like umbrella category for cozy finds is stuff related to skincare. I feel like this sounds a little strange, but I feel like when you get to the idea of like a pampering self-care night where you get cozy and read, that's kind of the energy I'm going for with this. Talking about specifics, obviously there's things like sheet masks or reusable or non-reusable under eye patches. Along the same concept as skincare is like hair care, getting things like heatless hair curlers, a hair mask or a hair oil, and then things like scrunchies or claw clips are really good stocking stuffers. Another cozy find are coffee or like hot cocoa bar items. So things like fancy syrups, hot chocolate bombs, mugs like we talked about before, or like specific decorative spoons. Then we have stuffed animals or shaped pillows. There are a lot of like reading specific pillows that are made for lounging, but I also just think like any like fun shaped pillow is really cute. Also, stuffed animals, specifically jelly cats, have been really popular now, specifically in the like teen to 20-something girl demographic. And they also tend to be very expensive, so like this is kind of the perfect time to get one for someone who has been eyeing one. And lastly, for like general cozy things, we have cozy attire, so like fuzzy slippers or socks, PJ sets, or lounge sets. Okay, now we have kind of like a subset of cozy finds. They're specifically tech and accessories. The first kind of general category are like the mini Jash appliances. I have the waffle maker, but I overall feel like things like this, specifically the like popcorn maker and the ice cream maker, it very much is giving girls' night sleepover. We're making fun snacks and being cozy and hanging out. Going along with that, we have a portable projector. I feel like this is a little bit more common nowadays, or like maybe even more desired than like asking for a big TV, since this is a little bit more versatile. Another thing is a Bluetooth speaker, specifically a small portable one. This is something that specifically we have gotten as Christmas gifts, and it definitely saved my ass. Another option is Bluetooth headphones. You obviously can consider AirPods. I feel like those are the ones that most people think of, but like there are plenty of other brands that are the same level of quality. Kind of going back to the very first thing in this category with candles, we have both an electric lighter for your candle as well as a candle warmer. I don't have a warmer yet, but I am considering one. A warmer is also a good idea if you have pets, specifically ones that like to get into all of your business and you're afraid to have like a open flame around them, since obviously there's no actual like fire involved with the warmer, but it still allows you to like use your candle with its intended purpose of having the wax melt and then like the scent released into your home. And then obviously a big category for tech would be some type of e-reader like a Kindle, a Kobo, or a Nook. Besides those brands, there also are a lot of like e-ink tablets, like ones from the company Books, that also have now color options for e-readers. This is definitely the one I'm most intrigued by, since I don't really like the idea of being like locked in a particular shop ecosystem if I got something like a Kindle. But getting like a e-ink tablet, it's basically like a regular tablet, except it's easier on the eyes because of the technology and the way that the screen is displayed. And obviously going along with an e-reader, we have plenty of like e-reader accessories. You can get very extra with these, but I think the basics would be like a pop socket for like ease of holding the e-reader, or having one of those like arms that you can attach to your bed for like ease of reading in bed. Okay, the last category I wanted to talk about is stationery. Since at least for me, I feel like writing in my journal is very much connected to reading, since I primarily do a book journal. The first thing I wanted to talk about are a couple different like sticker shops on Etsy that I use. We have the Lettoon shop, Jola & Co., and the Mohren Krunst shop. And another big like category of stationery is annotating supplies. So we have things like highlighters, pens, tabs, and sticky notes. These are also all really good like stocking stuffers, relatively inexpensive things that you can get for like $5 or $10 maximum. And the two final items we have is a journal if you want to get started in either bullet journaling or specifically book journaling. And lastly, we have some type of book pouch that you can use both to like hold your book on the go, as well as like an optional like container for all of your annotating supplies. And I'll throw one last item in here, which is to get them some type of like gift card to Barnes & Noble, or if you guys have a lot of indie bookstores in your city, they probably also do some type of like gift card program. You can also do like online gift cards with places like Libro FM to get them audiobooks, or other like online retailers like bookshop.org, which you can link and then help support a local indie bookstore. So those are all the items I have for my gift guide this year. I hope you guys ended up enjoying this video. If you did and you'd like to see more of my videos, I would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing if you aren't already. I'm kind of doing a light bookmas this year, trying to put videos out on my channel at least 2 times a week. So I'd love to have you here if you wanted to subscribe. But that is going to be it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!